Hi, it's Steve here from Leading Dental. I want to have a quick overview today of the AquaClave M900 series high flow RO system. These have become super popular for us for the stereo room, in particular for the RO quality rinsing water that it produces in a large capacity system. So our normal flow systems only make about 50 litres a day. This will fill a 60 litre tank, so it's a big tank in about an hour and a half. So high flow system, great little device. So these are I consider best on the market, these systems. So first of all, you need to get your plumber to install this. It needs to be installed by a licensed plumber. You will need to go through an RPZ valve and follow all the plumbing requirements for local plumbing. So make sure it's always installed only by a licensed plumber. So what we've got here is we've got our high flow system. It comes with a pressure reducing and one-way valve and our little isolation tap here. So I've got this one running at the moment, so it's got water coming through it. We can see that the pump's running, it's producing water. We've got our little lights here. It tells us when the tank is full, tells us that we have got a water source and that the power is on. So nice little indicators. It's also got a back flush system in here. You can manually do that, but what it does is it back flushes the membrane every time it draws water. It does a bit of an auto backflush. That gives maximum longevity to your filters and best possible performance. They also have these membrane pumps here which pump water through your membrane at a consistent pressure, which also helps with longevity and quality of water. And with these high flow systems we need a larger pump which pumps that water through. So let's just go for a little bit of an overview of what goes where. If you've got your plumber connecting and they need a bit of a heads up of what, where and how these systems are used, this will give them a bit of an overview of what they need to know. So our mains water in through our pressure reducing tap and our main water in there. We go in through our first stage filter and second stage filter, which is giving us our sort of bulk filtering there of our larger contaminants. Then we go through our pump and through our membrane. Now the water comes out of this and it goes to our tank. Also tees back to our final stages of polishing as well, but for this case we just want to look at what it's doing now. It's coming out of there and it's going into our tank. It's feeding our tank at about 95% pure, which means if we've got 100 parts per million of dissolved solids, which you can test with the TDS meter supplied, it means that it's about 5 parts per million in there. So 5 parts per million, we've got RO water, just not polished to the final stage. We would generally sort of tap off there and we'd go to a sink, we'd go to our rinsing tap here. So this is a brand new install, it's all still clean, but we've got our rinsing tap there at 95% pure. So that's most commonly how we would set up our rinsing tap, and that's actually coming off this line here. All of these fittings all come standard with the kit, so your plumber can connect those as required. Sometimes we will have a second tap which might go onto a clean sink for our pure 100% pure water. The way we get our 100% pure water is teeing back off this line here is a tee which takes us to our final stage polishing filter. That takes our impurities from 95% pure to 100% pure water. In most cases we can get that down to 0 parts per million, absolute pure water. And we've also come standard with the chlorine zapper, but on first service we always provide the filter sets with the nano silver filter, which gives us that extra bacteria treatment with the nano silver there. So we always supply those as the replacement kit moving forward for your filter changing. So that's basically it. We come back in there, we go through our stage 5 to our final filter there. In this case we have then plumbed off to our Autoclave. That's coming off our 5th stage filter here, and it's going to our Autoclave at 100% treatment, so giving us the best possible water, but that can also be then teed off to a second tap if required. So that's the basic gist of how it runs. Let's look at some of the other features now. When the water does come in, it comes through this leak detector. Now, I don't know whether you heard that water shut off. That if there's a little leak detector pad in there, it's like a little toilet, like flips up. If that pad gets wet, expands, flips the lid, turns off the water. So that's our leak detector. And then we've got our drain here as well. So this is our drain. It comes standard with a collar, which can be fitted onto an S-bend by your plumber, or in this case, the plumbers actually run that direct to the ton dish through another draining system. So that's our waste. We've got water in, waste out, and then we've got our water feed here going to the tank. Back from the tank, teeing off to our final stage of polishing. And that's basically the gist of how these things run. Absolutely amazing system. We've been selling these for years. Super big fan. Made in Australia, only the best quality products. Also has the watermark, which is very important for the plumbers. They want to see that as well. So look, that's a bit of an overview. Hope that helps. Have a great day.